Hello and welcome to day 2 of your 5-day jungle Vinyasa Flow series. Today we're going to be going on a journey through the jungle, and in the series we're aiming to explore more animalistic movements, and these are kind of more fluid and dynamic and more primal. And by incorporating these kind of movements into our practice, we'll be strengthening our physical abilities as well as cultivating mindfulness and a deeper connection to what it would be like to move through nature. So let's roll out our mats and jump right in. So we're going to begin today in a standing pose at the top of our mats. So you can make your way there. And something a little bit different for this jungle flow. We're going to stand in a almost like a wide-legged chair. So having the legs hip-width distance apart, generous bend to the knees, and you can bring your hands to prayer. So not fully squatted, but definitely in a softer bend to the knees. Close the eyes and begin to sway from left to right. So really ground down into the outer edges of the feet. Having the hips come back, chest forward. Keep the eyes closed, and throughout this practice, we're really going to try and keep the body nice and fluid and nimble as we navigate our way through these more animalistic movements. So really imagine yourself in a jungle environment and really try and use the instincts to embody what it would be like to move with the necessary shapes and movements. From here, inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, half moon variation to the left-hand side, arch over. Right arm comes up and over the head. You can use your hands as a support on the left side, or just allow the left arm to hang heavy, softening into the neck. Using your core, inhale, rise through center. Reach the arms up, soft bend to the knees. Exhale, half moon to the right-hand side. Allow the right arm to hang, left arm actively reaches up and over. Soften into the neck, perhaps swaying with the right arm. Inhale, arms reach up through center. As you exhale, drop the arms back, open up through the chest. Now we're going to do some standing, kind of like cat-cow action. So from here, we're going to inhale, reach the arms forward, curl into the spine. And as you exhale, open up, swoop the arms back, open up through the chest. Inhale, wave forward, curl into the spine, tuck the chin. Exhale, swoop the arms back. Inhale, reach the arms forward, and with your exhale, fold forward and release. Legs are hip-width distance, soft bend to the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, ripple up through the spine, flare the arms out, open the chest. Exhale, plank, place the hands down and step back. Now, throughout this practice, you are more than welcome to keep your knees lowered on the floor. We're going to be in a sort of jungle plank, so bend the knees slightly as if you're loading up for a pounce. Inhale, shift forward, wrap the elbows in, keep the head and neck up. As you exhale, gently lower your knees, then your chest down to the ground, so having your bum slightly arched up in the sky. And you're going to lower the belly down. Inhale, cobra, lift the back of the neck up, squeeze your thighs, draw your shoulders back. Exhale, tabletop roll onto the knees. Plant the hands out in front of you. Begin to do some natural movement, swaying from left to right. Keep the back toes tucked. And allow this time to really embody any animalistic or any jungle movements that feel good to really just warm up into the body. You can make your shape slightly wider and larger. You're curling into the spine, shifting the weight forwards and backwards. And again, you really want to move with the breath, feeling into the sensations. Bring your feet together, the back of your mat. You're going to inhale, shift the weight forward, and exhale, down dog. Send the hips up to the sky. Now, I want you to imagine that your feet are balancing on top of a tree log. So you got your hands down on the ground and the feet are together. And again, still swaying from left to right. I want you to jungle walk your hands to the back of your mat, nice and slow and mindful. And then you're going to sit your hips down onto the back of your heels. This is a sort of Malasana squat variation at the back, having the knees out wide, having the hands down. If you'd like to, you can play around with the balance, raising the arms up to the sky, really focusing on balancing on this imaginary tree. Inhale, reach the arms forward. As you exhale, place the hands down and begin to panther walk or jungle walk your way to the top of your mat, exchanging one arm then one leg, making your way all the way to the top to a forward fold. Having your feet together, soft bend to the knees, straight spine. Inhale, halfway lift, ripple the spine to straight. Reach the arms out beside you, open the chest. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale. This is the Malasana variation, so lowering the hips down to the heels, having the knees out wide. If you need to, you can have your hands for support. And from here, we're going to build strength. We're going to rise up, so press down through the feet to standing. Reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. Raise the right knee up to the sky to hold. From here, we're going to make our way slowly. Still imagine balancing on a tree trunk into a tree pose. Bring your right heel onto the inside of your left leg. You can bring your hands to prayer or anywhere which way feels good. Now, if you'd like a little bit more, you can reach the arms up to the sky, and as you exhale, add a half moon to the left-hand side. So keeping the leg into tree, bend your standing leg, so bend your left knee, and then arch your body over to the left-hand side. We're going to all meet back into center, reach the arms up. And as you exhale with control, step the right foot to the back of the mat into a warrior two position. Now, if you need to, you can readjust yourself. And I want, instead of locking the back leg, I want you to soften into both knees. And again, begin to sway and move with the rhythm of the jungle. And from here, we're going to squat our hips down nice and low, arms reach out. So this is a variation of warrior two. And I really want you to sit the hips back and ground down into the outer edges of the feet, having the left knee nice and straight. So there's an outward rotation of the left thigh, and really opening up. So an outward rotation of the right thigh, sitting the hips back nice and straight. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, Prasarita. So turn the toes into a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten the spine, flare the arms out. Exhale, fold and release. Options to stay here. Otherwise, you can add a little skandasana from left to right. And you can start off nice and slow. I like to have my hands down on the floor and then begin to shift the weight from one heel to the next. And then from here, options to do anything that feels good. You can lower all the way down into the heel. Sometimes I like to bring my chest down towards the floor and then sway myself over. This is great mobility exercises, building strength and flexibility. And again, close the eyes, feel into the sensations, lengthen your breath, and kind of find what feels good. Really embody what it would be like to move through the jungle. Make your way back to center. Inhale, start. Turn the toes out. Ripple the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, horse squat down. Elbows in, lower the hips. Open up through the chest. Inhale, star. Reach the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, warrior two in the jungle variation. So bend both knees, or at least the back knee. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Left arm reaches up and back. Exhale, lower the hands down to plank. Soft bend into the back knee. Inhale, shift forward, wrap the elbows in. Exhale, lower the knees, then the chest down to the ground, keeping your bum up in the sky. Maybe a little bit tricky. Inhale, cobra or up dog. This time you may want to straighten the arms, squeeze the thighs and roll the shoulders back. Exhale, down dog, lift the hips up and shift the weight back and soften into the knees. Relax the back of the neck. Really ground down, evening the weight between your hands, still swaying from left to right. Bring the feet together at the back of your mat. Inhale, walk your hands slowly to the back of the mat. Lowering your hips down to the back of the heels. This is a Melasana jungle squat. Imagine you on the tree trunk. And again, find the balance. If you need to, you can have your knees out wide. See if you can play around with the arms up in the sky, really testing into the balance. Focus on the breath. And from here, we're going to inhale, jungle walk or panther walk to the top of your mat, really embodying a low and smooth walk all the way to the top. We're going to make our way into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten the spine, arms flare out. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, Malasana, or a jungle Malasana. So keeping the legs down, we're going to lower the hips down once again, squatting down, knees out. Now, using the power in your legs, you're going to rise up, reach the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, Tadasana, left knee draws up into the sky this time. Find the balance, have a bend into the right knee. Again, feel the rhythm, feel the breeze in the jungle. And we're going to move into tree pose. Left leg plants onto the right knee. Keep your right leg nice and bent. Find a good, comfortable variation. I can either keep your hands at prayer out beside you on your hips. If you like a little bit more, inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, half moon. So left arm reaches up and over in your tree pose. This might be a little bit tricky, but again, stay soft, stay with the breath. All meet to center to inhale. With control, as you exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat, coming into a warrior two. But this time, soften into the back leg and squat the hips down nice and low. Arms reach out. Again, lower the hips down. Activate the legs. Soften into the face. Melt the shoulders down. Inhale, turn the toes in. Exhale, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, ripple the spine straight, open the arms out. Exhale, fold and release. Got some free time, you can either stay right here, enjoying a good slow stretch with a little bit of movement. Otherwise, you can introduce a Skandasana from left to right, and you can make this variation your own. Again, I like to sometimes even open the elbow, hook the elbow and open the arms up. Or just sway my body, lowering the chest forward and down. Just close the eyes and move with your breath. Make your way to center. Turn the toes out. Inhale, star, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, horse, squat down, nice and low, elbows in, open the chest. Inhale, star, rise all the way back up. Exhale, warrior two to the front, soften into the back knee, hips nice and low. Inhale, reverse warrior, turn the palm, reach up and back. Exhale, plank, plant the hands down, step the legs back, soften into the knees. Inhale, shift forward, ready to pounce, elbows in. Exhale, gently lower your knees and your belly. Keep your bum up. Inhale, cobra or up dog to rise. Roll the shoulders back. Squeeze your thighs. Exhale, down dog. Raise the hips up and gently lower your heels down. Take one slow breath in, feeling the rhythm of your breath. And a long breath out. Inhale, bend the knees, gaze towards the top of your mat, spot the landing, and as you exhale, make your way into a seat. From here, we're going to place the soles of the feet together, coming into a kind of supta fold. Now, you can get onto the front of your sitting bones, and if you need to, you can always place blocks underneath your legs, but from here, we're going to, again, roll the stretch all the way from the outer hips to the hamstrings. So, starting with the feet together and knees out wide. Inhale, reach the arms up, and as you exhale, shift the weight forward. And from here, we're going to slowly and carefully begin to walk our sitting bones to the back of our mat. You can do it breath by breath, and you'll feel that the legs will begin to straighten out, and you'll shift the stretch from the outer hips to the hamstrings. So you want to keep your belly long, spine straight. until your legs are nice and straight. And if your hamstrings are tight, like mine, I'm going to encourage you to keep a bend into the knees and try and keep that belly to thigh connection. And then once you have your belly flattened to the thigh, you can begin to slowly walk the sitting bones and feel a good stretch into the hamstrings. And release. Inhale to roll up. Exhale, gently lower down into the ground. Draw your right knee into your chest. Interlace the fingers, place them onto the front of the right shin. Keep your left leg strong and active, and draw the knee in towards the chest and out, gently or slightly out towards the right shoulder. You may want to experiment with keeping the eyes closed and noticing what that does for your attention. Inhale to fill. Exhale, lower the knee over to the left-hand side, look up and over the right shoulder. Feel a good diagonal stretch across the spine. Soften the neck over, keeping the gaze to the right-hand side. And release, draw the right knee into the chest. Exchange, left leg draws in, interlace. Extend the right leg out long. And with the exhale, draw the knee in and out towards the left shoulder. Tuck the chin, keep both hip bones flat on the ground. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, supine twist, lower the leg over to the right-hand side. Gaze up and over to the left side. And release, draw both knees into your chest. Give yourself a giant squeeze, take a moment for your body and your breath. And as you exhale, release into Shavasana. Well done, take up as much space as you like. Allow your toes to relax out and your palms to face up. Make any last adjustments. Inhale into the belly, keep your eyes closed. And as you exhale, release and relax into your Shavasana. As you lay here completely still, I want you to try and notice any urges to move or fidget. I want you to see if you can notice any thoughts that come up. And once you notice any of those, that's what you need to do. You need kind of bringing the awareness, and then you separate yourself from those thoughts or those urges. And then at that moment, draw your attention inwards. Feel into your breath and see if you can find a comfortable resting space for that feeling. You want to notice what it feels like to drop back with your sense of awareness, that you are aware of the fact that you have lost your attention and your thoughts. Once you become aware of that, notice, draw it back in, feel into the sensations, and see if you can rest in that space. This time is yours, so you're more than welcome to stay here for as long as you like. Thank you once again for showing up on your mat and putting the effort into your self-practice. Well done for making it through this jungle flow. I hope you really enjoyed it. Feedback is always welcome. If you'd like to leave a comment or say hello, it goes a really long way for the growth of this channel, and it's always great to get to know you and to hear from you. Otherwise, I will see you here next time for the next flow.